Hello everyone, my name is Srinath Malekar. Today I will be explaining you standalone PV system and grid connected PV system. So these are the topics today I will be explaining you. First main topic is PV systems. Next standalone PV systems. Next is introduction of standalone PV system. Next types of standalone PV system. Next diagram of standalone PV systems. Next standalone PV systems applications and features. Next grid connected PV systems, then introduction of grid connected PV systems, next types of grid connected PV system, next diagram of grid connected PV system, next advantage of grid connected PV systems, next disadvantage of grid connected PV systems. Next topic is types of PV system. PV system are mainly divided two parts. First is grid connected PV system and second is standalone PV system. First, grid connected PV system are mainly divided two parts. First is direct connected to utility and next biomodel PV system. And standalone PV system is mainly divided two parts. First hybrid PV system and next direct couple PV system. Next topic is introduction of standalone PV system. All standalone PV system work in general without the utility grid. It can be seen that we expected a perfect match between the supply and demand, or in other words, between PV system size and load requirement. Next point is types of standalone PV system. Standalone PV system is mainly three types. First, direct coupled PV system. Next, standalone PV system with batteries and without batteries. Third is hybrid PV systems. Next topic is diagram of standalone PV system and explanation. Standalone PV system is mainly three types. First is direct coupled PV system. This match is done perfectly for single load. The PV system in this case can be called direct coupled PV system, and very minimal components are needed without the need for storage system. And next, another type of standalone require a storage system to allow excess energy to be stored when it is not needed by the load and can later be drawn when the sun is not available. This type called connected directly and to DC loads or to AC load through an additional power conditional component or inverter as well learn later. Next topic is point is hybrid PV systems which which use other energy source is parallel to PV array to supply loads. This energy source can be wind turbine, hydro turbine and diesel generator. Hybrid PV system can be also use battery or energy storage. Next point is standalone PV system application and features. Not connect to power grid. Size for system is from few watt to 10 kilowatt. Next is used for telephone tower, remote house, water pumping, etc. Next is system efficiency and cost is also depend upon geographic location. Next is module and battery at almost 65% of total system cost. Next point is introduction of grid connected PV system. The type of common configuration is most common type of application where client want to save energy on their utility bills and while the utility grid existing for use when the PV array is not generating any energy. A grid connected PV system is an electricity generated solar PV power system that is connected to the utility grid. Next point is a grid connected PV system consists of solar panels, one or several inverters, a power conditioning unit or grid connected equipment. Next point is types of grid connected PV system. Grid connected PV system mainly two types. First, utility interactive PV system and next biomodel PV system. Next point is diagram of grid connected PV system and explanation. First, utility interactive PV system. The PV array can be directly coupled to the grid without any storage system is called utility interactive PV systems. Next is biomodel PV systems. It can store excess energy into battery backup for later use, and in this case it is called biomodel system. Advantages of grid connected PV system. First advantage is grid connected PV system are comparatively easier to install as they do not require a battery system. Next advantage is grid interconnection of PV power generation system has the advantage of effective utilization of generated power because there are no storage losses involved. Next point is disadvantage of grid connected PV system. First disadvantage is grid connected PV can cause issues with voltage regulation. Next disadvantage, grid connected PV can compromise power quality. PV intermittent nature means rapid changes in voltage. This not only wear out voltage regulator due to frequent adjusting but also can result in voltage flicker. Thank you.